I was there yesterday at Westminster when the coffin arrived, and there were quite a lot of people there as well. And I think it's certainly, this is something that people see, they want to be there, they want to see it. Some of them because they adored Margaret Thatcher, they feel that she was good for the country. Others because they feel essentially she's a slice of history. We haven't seen a woman Prime Minister ever before her. She's the longest serving Prime Minister, and she did change the world and change Britain in the 20th century. So I think they are really voting for a piece of history here, and she is a vital part of British history.
How would you describe her life and legacy?
She has a very important legacy. Mrs. Thatcher essentially changed the country. When she came into power, it was a very traditional economy, a very male-led, masculine, traditional economy, the mines, the docks. By the end of her rule in power, it was much more about share ownership, it was about the economy, it was about the actual capitalist system, it was about the house prices, it was about shares, it was about the stock market. It was a very different type of financial world. Money was coming from finances, from the service industry, and that was a very painful and difficult shift for many people in the country, although many people felt it was something that was great for Britain. And I think almost to find someone who had the amount of kind of divisive effect, loved and hated in equal measure, we would have to go back to Henry VIII and his great religious changes, moving the country from Catholicism to Protestantism. It was something that many people loved and many people really reviled. And I think certainly in the case of Mrs. Thatcher, she's someone who polarizes opinions even now, and we've seen that with responses to the funeral. But certainly when she's clearly been very important in planning the funeral. A lot of the plans for the funeral went on under Gordon Brown, who we've seen arrived, also under Tony Blair. And it was very important, I think, to them to commemorate her as a political leader, as someone. This is a funeral that suggests two things. Number one, I am politically important, and number two, I am a war leader. We are surrounded here by members of the armed forces.